Howdy, hackers, and welcome to another episode of FairLight TV. Last week, we had the interview where Kenny Magnusson, Louie, gave a bit of his background on the scene. And this time, we will go through a number of his sort of epic productions, the demos that he is most proud of when he looks back on what he has been doing, both on PC, Amiga, and C64. So if you are interested in demos for PC, C64, and Amiga, there are items for you on all three platforms. So yeah, why should I keep talking? Let's go over to the discussion with Kenny. This is in real life. We are now like 3 seconds later. I paused the recording and I put it on again, and I am here with Kenny, Louie, of a number of groups, including FairLight, especially FairLight on the 64, but he's also one of the guys in the Black Lotus. I would say the one of the key characters in TBL for making their demos look a lot better than any other demos that exist on the Amiga. So what we are going to do now is go through a number of the demos in sort of Kenny's CV, and yeah, since there are multiple platforms, this would be on the PC, this would be on the Amiga, and this is also on the C64. So the convenient way, I'm afraid, is watching them on YouTube. So it will be a number of YouTube videos that you would see. So sorry about sort of the YouTube icons and stuff, but I will use full screen, and hopefully it wouldn't be too disturbing, that part with the YouTube thing. So we move over to here. So, Louis, take us through. What is this?
Yeah, this is Starstruck. So I actually have. So this demo was very designed from me, and it was a culmination of a lot of demos that we've done in a lot of interesting techniques we would use. And here, Calms and I really honed in on all the kind of the stuff we did, and yeah, you can play the demo.
Yeah, let's play it.
So yeah, I always did kind of the intro logo, the TBL, because we wanted to have a logo that you would use every time. So we did that, and I did this logo. And interesting for this one that I did like a PowerPoint presentation for all the engineers, that I actually showed them, this is what I want to do. So, and if I can share my screen after this demo, basically I made a PowerPoint for them in what they needed to code. And I actually figured out some of the code stuff that we needed to do for this one. And one of the new guys in TBL was like, "Are you a coder in this group?" I'm like, "No. I do all the graphics and stuff." And an interesting part for this one is that when I was in, my wife is half Austrian, so I was in Austria for summer, in Graz and in Vienna. So a lot of stuff from this demo comes from me photographing stuff in Vienna, actually, in Austria. And that watch that you scrolled by here is actually from the Donna Island in Vienna. And there's a couple of things here that actually comes from there.
Cool. Tell me if I should pause, and if you want to kind of
No, you can let it go. You can let it run. Where did I
now
pick
it's
the
bugging.
Yeah. We wanted to time a lot. So how I did this demo was from Austria, and I actually called Blizzard of Silence, and told him how to make the music, and he would play the music for me, and then I would like, nah, that's not gonna fit that part. And then I would call him back in a week, and he was like, "Oh, I've done another part. Yeah, that fits the part. That's good." And then we would go over to another part. So on the phone, I would like figure out the music, and then when I had the music almost done, then I presented the demo for the programmers when I actually had the music from Olle. Uh, and Olle is one of the silence musicians that was the main music and sound guy from Dice. Um, and yeah,
Is he?
um,
Is this the same Olle as did Pimple Dreams?
yeah,
Wow.
same one. So Olle did a lot of our music, Blazer, for TBL. Uh, so he did this song. He's done a couple of our tracks for us. Yeah, it's the same guy that did Pinball Dreams and Pinball Fantasies and all those. And Motorhead did the music for Motorhead and stuff like that. Then it did sound effects for Battlefield, the first Battlefield and stuff like that. And yeah, so it's cool. And I don't think there's anything specific. So this background, some of these elements comes from like graffiti that I found in Austria. And this sound that talks here is from one of the science fiction series called Babylon 5. That's like, so that's kind of funny. I like to put some talking in demos, and Olle showed me like, oh, I love Babylon 5, and I love when they say these aliens will come and destroy everybody. They hate everything, like TBL will destroy everyone. It's kind of funny. Oh yeah, here is Smash FairLight.
So this is the greetings part.
Yes.
So is Babylon 5, is that the one with the robot with the red head?
I don't remember.
No.
I think it was
No,
it was like a
something else.
station. It was like a space station that was had different species and stuff. It's kind of Star Trekky, but anyway,
Yeah.
that's where that sample comes from the talking thing there, with the text.
I probably proved that I haven't watched much science fiction. I mean, Star Wars and all of that, of course, but rather few of the series. Star Trek, a number of episodes, but not really consistent. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm not a science fiction nerd. I like the genre, but I've spent too little time watching it. I've spent too much time coding for being able to watch a lot of it. Yeah, this looks nice. So what was the thought here?
This is just an old effect that we had. It was a filler.
Okay. Okay.
we had that effect, similar thing with the dots that Rubber Duck and Eric had made, and yeah.
Is this yours?
So this is from Graz. So this is from one of the hills. So this is Graz, but I did some like big kind of plinth thingies over the city. So this is Graz. In Austria.
Haven't been. I've been a number of times to Austria, and I used to work for the Mobile Operator 3, and we had there was an affiliate in Austria as well, Drei.
Mm-hmm.
So the roaming person there, Britta, was one of my closest colleagues in the industry. So and she lives in Graz. So I should have been. I'm embarrassed to say I should have been.
So let's see if this works. Can you see my screen?
Hang on. Let's. Are you sharing screens now? That would be a bit confusing. Let's do this.
I'm trying to share my screen. I'm gonna try
please
to.
Do that. Yeah, well, let's experiment.
Yeah, let's see if this works. I don't know. Okay, this is not it. I'm gonna do something crazy here.
No, it doesn't really work. We need to make a special segment about that because I'm.
So what I will do for you, Marcus, I'll send you these images and you can put it in the film that you have.
Yeah, cool.
So
Excellent.
basically, I made a storyboard of a Starstruck, like the whole thing, and I've never showed it to anybody, and it's kind of interesting. Yeah. So
I mean,
share.
all sort of the background material, how people do what they do. For me, that's. I'm not saying everybody is built the way I am, but I am really interested in understanding how other people approach what they do, and sort of the modus operandi of how they do their thing.
I'll share
I don't
those
know if
images.
you've seen the episode with the Sarge, but there is this process where he shows how he draws his pictures on the C64. Starts on the Macintosh, on one of those Mac Pros where he draws. So he has sort of the stuff that he wants to produce. So that's where he has sort of the basis, and then he moves that to the 64 and starts pixeling it on the C64. So, and I'm really interested in the process, regardless.
I'll share the images with you.
Yeah. That was that. The next one I have is Only One Wish. Let's move over to that.
I did a FairLight logo and tried to come up with something funny. And this was mine and Pantalon's first demo we did with Demolition. It was a lot of fun. We were trying to be stupid and stuff. And
Demolition here is the demo engine that Pantaloon and Smash has been doing, and if you want to hear more about that, then there is an episode with Smash elaborating more on the demo engine.
Yeah. And I was into a lot of street design and street stuff, pins and stuff. So it's kind of a hodgepodge of different kind of street styles, graffiti, BMX stuff. I try to mix it with a lot of kind of
But they
street
look
style
so
stuff.
nice. They're so flashy and.
Yeah. So this
What
is
is this?
basically like bicycle
Is this a
frames.
bike?
Yeah, bicycle frame. Yeah. So this was fun, and we're kind of also trying to make fun of desktop and Smash a little bit in there. Here, there's some secret stuff. There's an excavator here that I think desktop had, and we put an excavator in there. There's CNCD. It says on the cheek there. Trying to it's kind of funny that desktop and Smash did demos, and then Pantalon and I was doing pizza demos, and we were like, we're gonna beat you guys, internal fight. But then,
So and these are all your graphics, right?
yeah. So this is Pantalon's idea of doing like the kind of calculated breakup thing.
Oh.
And then the shader fades from the texture to a color. This is my crazy stuff. With a typical invert normal, you duplicate your object, expand the normals, and invert and put a black, so you get these outlines.
Is this scanned? Is this something you've drawn like on physical paper and then scanned, or is this?
No, it's just modeled stuff.
Yeah.
And this is just me writing stupid stuff like demo poetry. It's usually stupid.
I don't get this Mr. Fisk thing, but I don't
well,
have
Mr.
to.
Fisk, we added Mr. Fisk in our C64 demos. It's the
Yeah,
blue guy.
This one is also in one of the 64 demos.
Yeah. Well, so some of these are my sketches, my drawings as well. There you saw it's just my, sketches I would do at work. If the computer was burning lighting or something, I would do sketches and stuff.
Yeah.
And here's some of the graffiti I've done in the past. And
so you went out and took pictures of your old graffiti, or
yeah.
You
I already had
them?
photos. I already had photos of it.
Ah, okay, of course.
And
since that is illegal, of course, Louie is just bragging of something he never did. So it's just something he says. So don't frame him for that. Oh.
There was a meme I saw. There's a meme I saw that said like, "I'm happy that they didn't collect all the data in the 80s and 90s. That you can't find now." I'm not happy. I'm also happy they can't, go back and
Yeah, it's a great thing that we grew up when we did and not now, because there would be so much more digital traces of
everything
shit
we did.
we don't want other people to know.
Yeah, so me and Colgate, we wanted to hack a BBS. We wanted to get into one of the suburban-based BBSs in Stockholm. So we made a BBS intro called Banana. And what that intro did was that it went into NCOM, and it went into the log file and pointed the log file outside, so you could download the log file. It just went to NCOM, moved the log file entry to be inside of the upload folder with a weird name that only me and him knew, right? And then we sent it to him and said, "Hey, we're a new demo group called Bananas. Do you want to play our intro?" And he's like, "Yeah, fine." And he played the intro on his BBS computer.
Classical Trojan horse.
Yeah, and it moved the log file. And then at night, we went in there, and then we had the log file with every person's user and password. But this guy also uploaded this intro at other BBSs.
So you had access to everywhere.
Yes. So we went in and then downloaded the log file, and then we went in there and we got some music from this demo group that we liked a lot, and we were like, great, And then a couple of months after that, we saw a thing in the Raw Disc magazine. This banana intro is a virus. It goes into Encom and moves the log file. Don't do this. And I was like, it's my fucking virus. it's
No,
my
it's not a virus. It
it's
sort
not
of has
it's
a
not a
little side
virus.
effect thing.
Yeah, I just went into Encom and moved the log file, where it saved it, and it crashed. It's like it ran the intro, it says banana, and then it just gurued like the Amiga 500, right? It's just like, but then close to that, every BBS learned that you have to have two computers. Like the
Yeah,
BBS
you
had one
shouldn't run
computer.
stuff on your native machine. I
Yeah.
mean, the BBS is a BBS. I'm not into computer security, but my understanding of it is sandbagging vital systems is a good thing. So
And we did so many bad things. We hacked the one of the post order companies in Sweden, and we ordered 20 stereos to our name to the neighbor,
yeah.
right? So outside of his house, he got like 20 stereos sent to him. He's like, "Oh, why are these stereos here?" And we were like, you know, and yeah, we never got caught. We ordered things to like a burned down house, right?
Yeah.
So we would order things on like a hacked credit card, and then it got delivered. But we just buy something that was like 200-300 kroners, and not like something crazy. Crazy times. But I'm happy
And
that it's not.
Of course, Kenny didn't do any of this. These are just stories he heard.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we are now into the next one. We are moving into my favorite platform. We are new by FairLight on the C64. So let's see here.
Yeah, so this was our second demo that me and Pantalon did, and we promised in the first one that we'll do another one. We'll do a really good one next time, right? And I think Pantalon also wanted to show Hollow Man and these guys that I want to do a lot of demos.
Yeah.
And Pantalon also wanted to get better track, like to load the data faster, and that's when he talked to what's the guy that helped out with this one, but to load the data much faster.
Krill is doing
Yes.
one of the loaders, and
Yeah.
This one is. I think eventually they moved to something or Spindle or yeah. I'm not into that, so I wouldn't know. I used another loader, but
yeah,
Krill
I think this is Krill,
the master of disk loading on the C64.
Yeah, so because I said like this needs to be like a real demo. We can't load, we can't wait, we can't change song. Like if we change song, it needs to be a cut, like a disk swap. And then he panted over that. Well, then I just go and talk to him. Then I get the thing. And like this effect is like my idea, right? I was like, this is what I'm going to do. Can you do this? Oh, scrolling all those so many. Oh, it's going to be hard. I can't do the whole logo. Well, just do half of it, and then we fade up the other part. Like he couldn't fill the whole screen with that effect. So it's like it's only using like a part.
So that's why it's Hollow Man.
Yes.
So I thought that was like a graphical thing. So, but it's bypassing the issue of not being able to do the full thing. Okay.
Yeah, and
whatever works.
Yeah, and I think Pantalon was trying to get information from what's the Edge of Disgrace programmer guy, Swedish guy.
HCL? Or?
No, the other guy. What's his name? Jackasser. Yeah. So like because Pantalon was like, oh my god, I don't know all this stuff. It's like, well, call Jackasser, just ask him how it's done. And then Jackasser was like, come and help and like hint stuff for Pantalon to not make it too easy for him. It's like Jack is like, well, you have to look there, and Pantalon was like, but just fucking tell me. No. Yeah, and this is Hollow Man. Like when me and we talked, and he showed me some of the effects that Hollow Man had, and I'm like, I want to do this, and he's like, oh, okay, but it's gonna run at 30 if we do it like this, and I'm like, who cares? 30 on the C64? It needs to run at 60. What are you talking about? I'm like, no. You can run it at 30, and he's like, can we? Like. So some of these are
I mean, it's 50 on the 64.
Yeah.
50 is full frame because it's
Yeah.
POW. We don't do
Yeah.
NTSC stuff, so
25,
it's
but
50 or 25. But yeah, I get the point.
yeah, I was trying to like tell like Hollow Man like no, we can run stuff at 25,
And
but
this
it's
is
gonna
you as well. I mean,
yeah.
for me, one of the things that's really amazing is, I mean, the limit of the platform would sort of imply that the creativity would be a bit limited. So developing your own style within the restriction would be difficult. But here, yes, that's you.
Yeah.
And I mean, the picture we will see later, the picture with the the panda is also that's just so you. Nobody else on the C64 platform could have drawn that one. That has to be you.
Yeah. And this is Hollow Man too. Me and Hollow Man doing this thing. It's really fun. Well, that ball routine, Magnus, you said we have to make a ball routine. And in Lightwave, I just animated a ball, and I'm like, well, then I have to make a picture with balls that they bounce against, you know. And this picture was made because Panta and me, we went to like what's his name again? He had like a demo bear Friday or whatever in Stockholm on Söder, and we would go there, and they were called Panda Design, you know. And they would show us these 64 demos, and we would drink beer. And then I'm like, well, next demo we'll do a kind of a little bit of homage to you guys, Panda
Radiant
thing.
X is the
Radiant
old
X,
leader of
yeah.
Panda Design, so
Yeah.
this should be a credit to him.
This is a credit to them.
Couldn't be done by anybody else than you. I mean,
Yes.
Being rather new to painting on the C64 platform, it's still shockingly good.
Thank you. This is Panta and I saw some animation, and we're like, we could probably do this on the C64. So this is this kind of an animation kind of thing, packing the lines.
No, everything is done in real time. We don't do animation, so it's.
And then we swapped. Oh, so we had music from a guy, but then Danko actually worked at DICE as well and saw us doing this demo, and Danko was like, that song sucks. I'll make a new one for you. And we're like, what? Do you even remember how to like do SID stuff? Yes. And he was like doing stuff. And he made a track for us. We're like, that's fantastic, Danko. Thank you. And it fits the part because we had finished all the parts, but he didn't think the song was good for that. And like, I'll make a better song, especially for the cubes rotating. And we're like, fantastic, Danko. You have to come down to X and everything. He's like, no, I'm doing my beer stuff, and you know. But Danko would come to the beer thing at the Panda Design guys too, and tell us funny stories and stuff about you, I think, and Strider as well. And then Abaddon was working with us, and as I said, he's a good programmer. He did a lot of routines here, the first one, and then he did the track. I really like the track here. It fits with some of the stuff. Yeah, it was cool. Like Pentalo did this, you know, for these scrollers, like I had to do the palette picking in a tool he made.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny. I think people have automated making these type of scroller things now. That's much better. But me and Patalon had a lot of fun doing this demo because, first of all, a week would go and the C64's transformer would just break. It just stopped working. It's like, oh, we have to get another one. Like, can't we just fix, you know, the transformer, like the thing? Like, no, we have to buy one. We have to find another one, right? And it was like, oh, we have to have an action replay. We don't have one. We have to buy one. Oh, it's 1,000 kroners. Oh my God! So we had to outsource some of these things. This is running at 50. This is Hollow Man's real routine.
Okay.
That Hollow Man did, and I'm like, but we need to have shadows and stuff. It's like it's going to be too many lines. We can't change lines too often. It needs to be more like that. And I'm like, well, can you do it in 25? Yes. Anyway, and then Pantanal's computer, like the whole 64, just exploded. just stopped working, and just half of the memory of it. It's like, oh my god! And then one of our friends at Dice just went down to his like junk room in his apartment, and there were 3 C64s with like manuals and everything, and 3 CD drives and disk drives and everything, and they all worked perfectly. And then we used that, and that saved us for the hardware.
When he worked for Dice, he had a C128 on his desk. So he had like his normal setup, and then he had a 128 as well. So, oh yeah, it's dedicated to Jerry, Gunnar Kolbeck. One of the guys that was sort of an extra father to the entire scene, and yeah, I was one of the 2 sceners that went to his funeral. That was a really sad moment. Yeah, really warm, fuzzy feeling remembering Gunnar here. So I'm glad you managed to squeeze in the greetings to him as well. So, and this is your graphics background, right?
Yep. They're really fun too. Kind of. This is C64 there, just homage to all our stuff. And that's the junk room story. Where we got like hardware that we needed. Yeah, and Sasquatch, yeah, he let us his retro play. And here's my funny story that I wrote up when I was drunk at the demo party at X. It was like, oh, we need to have a funny story here. You know, like, so this is kind of a little bit homage.
How big is the background? I mean, his screen's high. Is that
I don't remember. I think it's 8 or 10. Okay. I think.
And you load it in the background at the same time, so.
Yeah.
We come in peace.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. And then we had our slogan. If you go back a little bit, we have our slogan there that we always wrote, like, this is not what we usually play, but hey, we like it anyway. Because me and Pantalon had never done.
That's here, right?
Yeah. It's not what we usually play, but hey, we like it anyway. That's gonna
Can we get rid of this YouTube marketing something else? Yeah. Right. Yeah. Sorry, that's a drawback of playing it on YouTube. There are issues with that. So, okay. So the next one is One Little Wish.
Yeah. So that was the one we did. Yeah, we did that one. That was the first one me and Pantalon did, and. Oh, we had so much fun. It was so stupid. And, half of the routines don't really work well, but it's still fun. And then we need to load. Like, we have to have a small animation. Oh, it's fun.
This one won the demo competition at Data Storm in Gothenburg.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Is this the one where you were coding in the back of the car, or?
Yes, this is when Pantalon was coding in the back of the car, yeah. And it was fun.
And you do see this logo also on Louie's shirt now, because yes.
Yeah, I wanted to do my own kind of thing, own FairLight logo that me and Pantalon would use in our demos. That FLT thing, the perspective isn't right. There's something wrong with it.
No, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
Mr. Fisk says hello. That's Mr. Fisk again.
That Fisk thing again.
Yeah, we just wanted to make a character that was ours. And it's actually a Pokemon that we used for that. But it was also like, I thought that this Pokemon looked like Pantalon.
So that's it. Here are your pins from the PC, right?
Yeah. We tried to kind of do the thing. And here was the thing in the song that was like, what the fuck are we going to do here? Well, we'll just have a small bomb. Yeah, but it's going to go too slow. And then we just do like the crunching. Yeah, that's cool. This was my first pixeling in Project One. It felt so good with those restrictions. I love the like 1 background color, 4 top colors. Oh, there's Mr. Fisk. It's
the only thing here, it actually says Louie 500 on that picture, right?
Yeah, but that's Mr. Fisk. So I love the restriction. It's that 8x8 or like 4x8 grid, because the pixels are like expanded horizontally. I just loved it. It was so nice. And I was trying, everybody's like, oh, C64 images always look like C64 because they use all colors on everything. And I was trying to like, I want to try to, and it's kind of like my old style that I had, that I didn't mix that many colors. It's kind of a boring style, I think, now looking back. But that's what I've always done. And you can see that in the panda image where I try to find like 4 colors, use that there, 4 colors over there, and not try to mix too many colors. And yeah, so
That's the one.
there's like
This
bugs on the
suited
legs
guy
there.
with a dead head. That was the one we saw before on one of the other previous demos, right?
Yeah. So we try to use some effects from the PC demos here to like
Mm.
something fun. And this is obviously we're loading. It's like
This is
so.
also super nice. I mean, doing this on the C64, it might look easy, but it's really not.
It's really fun. I think Pantalon enjoyed the C64. I don't know if he coded on C64 before we did stuff. I think he did something, but I'm not sure.
He was a member of Triad back in the very early days, so
I see.
he has a history on the 64. I've talked to him, and there will be a Pantalon episode eventually, and it might be a bit embarrassing that he hasn't been featured yet. But Magnus, you will for sure. Just hold your horses. We will have that. It has to be a very special one. So.
How did Pantalon like join FairLight? Like, did he contact you, or did you? How did he?
I think that was JBM that did recruit him on the Amiga side.
Oh, I see.
Or possibly the PC side. I mean, JBM is doing both, so. So it's not me. He was sort of handed to us in. This is a guy who can also do C64 stuff, and I would say that's a fair conclusion.
There's so many bugs in this demo.
No, there is none. This is excellent.
It was really fun. Pantalon and I did this in the afternoons, having a beer and trying to figure this stuff out and come up with, a good workflow and, how we would copy stuff to disk and, and it felt like going back to the old, Oblivion time almost, trying to learn these things and like, and just like pixeling stuff with just 2 colors. And it's just, it was very therapeutic for me to start pixeling because I just got sick for a year. And coming out of that sickness and stuff, I really loved pixeling on the C64. And it was therapeutic for me. And I love doing it,
And you were using Project One, you said?
I started with Project One. Then when I went to X the first time, they showed me how to set up a script in Photoshop to do it. But Project One, I loved Project One. It was a good one.
This is a bit weird. I don't think the thing on the left is supposed to be there. That has to be only in this version of the video. So it's, or it didn't look like it.
No,
it was supposed to be there.
Maybe it says who made the music in the end here. But the music here is great.
Yeah.
Love the music. This was my second picture pixeling.
Now it's Louie 64.
Yeah, now I changed it.
Coding by Abaddon there and art by you.
Yeah.
Sabaton.
Yeah, Sabaton did the song. This is great. And Dubmo did the end. Oh yeah, there's the credits to you.
And I also did bug fixes, seemingly. I don't remember fixing any bugs, but I was probably watching over Pantalon's shoulder and asking him if that is supposed to be like that, and it wasn't. So I don't think I contributed with anything more than that. It's demo coding is well beyond me.
Yeah. So if I'm on Amiga, I am Louie or Louie 500. If I'm doing a 500 demo, and if I'm doing a C64 demo, I'm Louie 64.
Yeah, that makes total sense. There is clear logics to that.
Yeah, and why I added 500 was that when I started Mirk, Louis was already taken. If
Yeah, of
anybody was
course.
on Mirk on one server, if you had the name, nobody could take it, right?
Yeah,
So if you logged out, somebody could take your name.
yeah.
And this Louis guy, he had it already. I couldn't take it, so I was like, add 500, I guess. Like Indy 500 sounds cool, you know, Louis 500. Yeah. So then on Mirk, I was Louis 500.
But I thought it was from Amiga 500.
No, it was Indy 500.
We didn't say that. We sort of skipped through that. But your initial handle was Savage, but that was taken.
Yes.
And then you took Louie from King Louie from the Jungle Book, right?
Yeah. It basically comes from the Jungle Book series when they're actually flying in planes. And the orangutan guy there has like a bar with monkeys everywhere, and they fly there, right? I think it's called Tailspin.
Okay.
It's one of the Disney kind of things they did, like Winnie the Pooh and Tailspin and DuckTales.
Yeah.
And I like the monkey there having a bar, so I thought that was a good one. And it was kind of a change. Everybody had like Megabyte or kind of metal names, but then like other names like Moby and Uno had real names. So I thought, let's have a real name as a handle instead of, you know, something like that. And then I took Louis. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, sorry for missing that in the previous episode. That was, of course, something that should have been there. That was my mistake. We had a very fluent discussion over there, so I missed that. That was one of the bullets. Now we're getting into We Are Mature, also C64. Let's see.
This was also fun. It's also like me and Magnus, we just don't want to have fun, right? So we're like, what fun to do? Like, oh yeah, let's just copy the Swedish film intro on a C64. Like Swedish film had a specific intro in the 90s and 80s, and it's very epic. And we're like, yeah, let's do that. And then, you know, FairLight is like a demo industry in Sweden, right? It's like, I don't know how
Swedish
many demos
demo industry. Yeah, so SF, Swedish film industry.
Yeah, this is SD.
Everybody who's been to the movies, they had like 90% of the market in Sweden. Now I think they have 100, and because the only competition is sort of dead. But
yeah, so we copied that. It was fun. And yeah, this was for a demo party in Lund, right? It was wasn't Gubbdata, or which one was it?
Yeah, let's see if I have that.
And that's when we met.
No, it's LCP, Little Computer People. Was that the one in Helsingborg, I think?
Yeah. And we met the Offense guys there. That was the first time we went out drinking with them, and they were like, "We should make a demo together."
And eventually, we did a bunch of those. So
yeah, a bunch of those, and that's when I think this is the last demo I did in person, because that's when I moved to the US. I still did some pictures here and there, but this demo was the last one Pantheon and I did together in Stockholm. But this demo was a lot of fun. This is Wiklund. I remember Wiklund did the song for this one. And We Are Mature.
Yeah, it will be less mature in a while, but my note says that this one turned out to be number 6 in LCP. I think that's
bullshit.
It's a lot better than that. It might be that it's sort of tongue-in-cheek kind of joke, but it's not. It doesn't have the rather moderate quality to be number 6. It has to be better than that. So and it is a lot better than that.
Yeah, I think was it Vodka that had done the part that's coming up. He had made the blocks for the Super Mario Brothers thing, and we're like, this is fantastic, but we have to have Super Mario like get a beer and then turn into Mr. Fisk and then jump around. Oh yeah, this is a co-op.
This one is you as well.
Yeah, this is a co-op that I did with Robert Summerlin. Amazing concept artist at Embark. Amazing. You should look up Robert Summerlin on ArtStation. He's crazy. So him and I did that one together. There's one more image that him and I did here, and yeah. But the Super Mario Brothers part is really funny. And I like that it's
that in a minute. I'm more thinking. I think the turn disc thing is what I'm thinking most of when I think of this demo. But it might be just my perverted head that talks to me. Yeah, but this one is it's so cute.
It's really funny that we couldn't scroll as fast. I'm like, can't we scroll faster? No. Then he gets a beer. Super funny. And then and he becomes Mr. Fisk. That's basically Pantalon. It's Pantalon running around. It's great. This is so slow. And I animated all this motion in FairLight. I forget the name.
Project 1 or no?
No. The animation was done in how can I forget it? One of the 3D programs, basically. Okay. And here's the stupid part. You know, she's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's part of the mature here, Mr. Fisk. Yes.
Yeah, we are mature. And this is me and Robert again.
Yeah, that one is also absolutely brilliant.
It's very cool.
Also note, I mean, not using overwhelmingly much color. Like, it's not sort of pouring color. It's still it looks really clean. I think that's what I like.
The animation was done in lightweight.
With the picture here, it also looks clean. If you compare it with the Sarge or Facet or any of those super qualified graphicians, the style is totally different. It's a lot more clean.
This is Holoman. Holoman did all this stuff, all the graphics too. It was an homage to one of his friends that passed away. And yeah, but that animation was done in lightweight, like the animation of the Super Mario Brothers. So I built up that in Lightwave and then animated the character jumping, and then we fed that in for the motion to do that animation. It's kind of fun. And then the last thing is very mature.
Yes. Yeah, this is what I sort of associated with most. I hope YouTube would not censor us for this, and if they did that would be absolutely ridiculous.
I can't see anything. It's like... But I did motion. I twisted the hair so it looks like she's like flinging around. So it's kind of funny.
Okay, you don't see it on your side. I think. Well, I think the recording will come out nice, but yeah. How is that you as well?
Yeah.
So this is done in Lightwave or any other 3D
building
program?
it like blocks, and then we would feed it in, and then Pantalo would like compress it and figure out the lines and write out how many lines and what it could do. And you can see there's like a bug in the middle there where there's a little bit too many lines that he has to draw or something.
Oh yeah. Like the eyes are sort of dragging sometimes.
Yeah. But I think Pantalone made it much better after this one.
Great. Yeah, we are very mature.
Yeah, we are very mature.
So we have 2 demos left. One is Deform, and the last one is Eon. So we will conclude with Eon, but we will do Deform now.
Yeah. I don't remember I don't know what I did on Deform. I think Magnus put stuff in here, like old stuff.
Oh, sorry. Too much sound. I need to set the sound down every time. So, yeah, sorry about that. Again, your logo, of course. So
it's my logo, my background. I think Pantalone reused stuff that I had used for the other demo.
This one says Deform.
Yeah, I think this is Pantalone trying to make a demo. I didn't help that much. He's using some of my old graphic stuff for the other demo. But yeah.
Yeah, the logo is very graffiti.
Yeah, I didn't do the logo. I think somebody else did that logo. And then Pantalone does his stuff. Pantalone has a good graphic sense, right?
Compared to most coders, I mean, I still remember the old Horizon demos from the C64. They were clearly done by coders. They nicked music from games, they nicked graphics, and then they had some sort of technical effect, which was absolutely brilliant, but it looked like, had certain room for improvement.
Yeah.
This turning objects into like particles, it doesn't really get old.
No. Yeah. Yeah, and then
that's CNC what we in Sweden call fräs. I have no idea. CNC fräs. That's sort of where you.
It's funny. I remember
Pantalone. I have no idea what that is in English.
Some type of weed whacker thingy, but.
Now it's of course the same. It's done over and over here, the same effect, but you can't have a new effect in the middle of the greetings part. You're greeting too many. If you get bored of the effect, that's because you're greeting too many groups, I guess. So.
I don't know what party Pantaloon released this.
This one should be a winner at Birdie.
Birdie, okay. That's good.
So that's the party in Uppsala, I believe. So.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, you are greeted here. Pal is also involved. So, I didn't know that. Pal from Norway was seemingly also involved. I thought that he mainly did C64 demos. So he's the original Offense guy.
Yeah, I think he's doing Amiga 500 stuff now too.
I think he did Amstrad or something else.
Yeah,
really
he did Amstrad as well. Yeah. He's a very productive guy.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah, I missed changing screens here, so you will see the entire background here. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's move down. So, Eon, is there anything you want to say about this before I press play?
No, you can start it. So, here again is like the process of making demos. Emoon and Culloden, they've been doing some TBL demos when I kind of left to the US. Calms helped a little bit, but Emoon has just started to push to do more. You know, he did a couple of 1200 demos. And then you can pause here. You can stop it here because that's actually my hand. So Eamon called me up and said, "We're doing an Amiga 500 demo, and we've been working on it for a year." I'm like, "Wow, a year!" And Kaladin had made a really good script, and then a lot of these parts you see here in this demo was actually half done. And I was like, "This is an amazing 500 demo. How have you been doing this?" I mean, some of the technology here that they use comes from the Another World game. But Another World usually used just one color for the vector animations. These are like multiple layers and packing them and having them render at 50 frames per second and stuff like that. And they had done a really good workflow, and they had set up GearFX 2 pixel program that had like a Amiga 500 mode that was really awesome to pixel in. And Kaladin asked me, like, "I need help. I'm going to work on these parts." And then we split it up. You'll do all the pixel backgrounds, most of the pixel backgrounds, or all of them. And I'll work on the vector animations. So all the pixel stuff here is mine. And then all the kind of animation and the storyboard is actually Kaladin. That's Kaladin's ex-girlfriend at the time. And the person that he recorded, that you'll see if you can play the demo, continue playing it, is his ex-girlfriend. So if you make a demo and you have your girlfriend in it and then you split up, it's kind of weird, you know. And he was still working on the demo when they had split up. It's kind of funny. And then
especially if it was sort of her leaving.
And we did photogrammetry on her to get 3D models of her to then be able to in Houdini generate these things. So all these kind of things are like generated in Houdini and in other softwares for us to be able to do these flashes to look really good. This is I pixeled the thing from the forest here in Seattle. This is also from Seattle. Me kind of pixeling stuff. But again, all this is like clear ideas and photos and images that Kaladin had made and painted. Right. So Kaladin did the animation of the wolf, and I pixeled the backgrounds. Yeah.
There is a YouTube video also when this is played at Revision, and when you see the animation of the wolf there, people go crazy. It's
this is a area here in Seattle too.
So, yeah, and unless we didn't say that, this is the clear Revision winner at the year, so 2019.
This is kind of a hot pot between me and Kaladin, and coming up with this idea of having the reflection of the flashes. And then the storyline is that it's basically an alien life form coming to Earth, digitalizing two people that are together, you know, but they actually kind of don't want to be together. She calls, he hangs up and just sits in the car and wondering if he should keep being together with this person. And then this entity picks him up and sucks him into the thing. Here's an alley in Seattle, and that's a TBL logo on the left, but there's there's a FairLight logo on the thing there.
On the truck, or the
FLT, yeah.
Could also be F17, but we happily interpreted it as FLT here.
No, it is FLT. That's what I did. There's a CNCD logo in the demo as well. And here is Kaladin's ex-girlfriend.
She's also excavated, or she's also digitalized, taken over by this entity.
Yeah. And then we basically go to this animation thing. That was kind of the big thing that he wanted to do, was like, we'll have this pixel image, we vectorize it, and then we can then rotate it, right? But it's actually flat. These are layers of animated polygons that move together to make it look like it's actually 3D. And then it sucks her up too. It's cool, like, making stories and demos, like the Odyssey demo. Some of the demos are hard to do. You can get bored. It's not that fun. But I think Kaladin had a good story, a cool story, and I think it worked pretty well.
Pretty well, yes. It was seemingly working good enough to win that competition, and it was up against a number of really good alternatives. So it's this is Amiga 500, right? Or is it 1200?
No, it's 500.
Absolutely mental. I mean, we're talking 7 megahertz here.
Yeah, and there was so many good demos. There was so many good demos that competition. Oh my god! And I also, when I heard that Lemon was gonna release there, I wanted to join doing this demo because I wanted to beat Lemon.
Yeah,
it's one of the things I wanted to do. Right? It's like, so that was a lot of fun. Yeah, this was a fun thing to do, and going to Germany and meet my old friends and stuff. It was cool. It's very cool. Me and Emoon are working on a new demo.
now we want a lot of spoilers on that.
Yeah, we'll see what we do. We're gonna do a small thing, I think, first, and then we'll see what we do after that. But I'm not gonna tell you what platform it's gonna be because it's a weird platform.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's cool. I haven't done that much.
As in cool weird, or weird like in Spectrum ugly kind of weird?
We'll see.
Okay.
Let's see.
Now I got worried that it might be Spectrum, and yeah.
No. It's a weird, much weirder one. Okay. Like, I like some of the demos when they do it on some weird computer that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do it on that Sony MSX, the one that's black and red, the Sony computer.
Yeah.
I would love to do a demo on that one.
Well, there is this guy Shadow who is doing demos on weird platform. They have done ABC 80, and he did something for the recent GubData on, I think it was a Sharp thing. And so his thing is not knowing the platform, exploring the platform, and still implementing impressive stuff on that weird platform. So yeah, so there are these kind of guys who dig up old machines and do demos on them, even if they were not supposed to do anything like that. So
it's like, does it run Doom?
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things. Cool, Kenny. I think we just had another hour here, and it's been super, super nice to have you as a guide through all these demos and giving some insights and additional knowledge and views on that. And you have been doing some really impressive stuff over the year, and we are still looking forward to the opportunity of. Oh, now we lost you. Okay, yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, so Kenny seems to be gone, and I might as well go over to this one then. So we lost the Zoom connection with Kenny, but we were done with the interview anyway. And thank you so much for watching, and hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Or if you enjoyed it like 5% of what I did, then you absolutely loved it. So thank you for watching FairLight TV, and hopefully we will meet the next week on FairLight TV. Bye-bye. So that was everything for this week. The second part of a two-part interview with Kenny Magnusson, Louie 64 or Louie 500. One of the super talented guys I am totally blessed to know and call my friend. So Thank you so much, Kenny, for participating in this. It was an absolute pleasure, and my apologies for my handling of the sound. Yeah, a bit of an issue here with my setup. I need to work on that. It was too long since I had a Zoom interview, so I guess something was lost in that process. Anyway, I hope it was as enjoyable for you as it was for me. So, or if you enjoyed it a fraction of what I did, then you absolutely loved it. So, thank you so much, and hopefully we will have something produced for next week. So, see you then. Bye bye.